Before the Vikings ever set sail, they did not trust in luck alone. Wealth was sacred, and the gods demanded blood, fire, and fury before granting success. The raids were not just for greed. They were for survival, for honor, and for destiny. In the Norse world, wealth meant power. Power meant fame, and fame meant immortality. Gold, silver, slaves, and treasures were not just spoils. They were proof that the gods favored you. But every voyage into the unknown carried danger. The Vikings believed that without divine blessing, they would not return. So before their ships cut through the dark seas, the rituals began. They gathered for the blood sacrifice. Animals were slaughtered. Sometimes, even men. Their blood was sprinkled upon the carved idols and across the warriors themselves. The gods drank their fill, and the men were filled with strength. In the smoky hall, the vulva, the seers, sat in trance. Through seer magic she chanted, her voice calling out to the other world. She wove spells to twist fate itself, to glimpse the shape of victory, or the shadow of death. Warriors rose, one by one, to swear oaths on sacred rings. They bound their honor, their lives, their very souls, to Odin, the All-Father, glory or death, nothing in between. The gods were many, and each was invoked for what he or she could give. To Odin, they offered blood and prayers, wisdom, frenzy, victory in battle. Warriors longed for his favor, knowing that if they fell, his Valkyries might carry them to Valhalla. To Freyja, the goddess of wealth, beauty, and sorcery, they left offerings of gold and gifts. She was asked to grant prosperity, safe passage, and the sweetness of good fortune. And to Thor, the Thunderer, they raised their horns of mead, protector of mankind, breaker of giants, the one who smashed enemies with a single swing of Mjolnir. His blessing meant strength, courage, and a shield against storms. When the sacrifices were finished, the feasting began. Great fires roared. Meat was torn from a bone. Mead poured endlessly into drinking horns. The air was thick with smoke, sweat, and song. Blood was smeared on wooden idols. Runes and bones were cast into the fire, their shapes read as omens of victory or doom. Warriors carved runes of power into their swords, believing the steel itself could be enchanted. Others wore Thor's hammer around their necks, a talisman of divine protection. Every weapon, every ship, every man was consecrated, bound to the will of the gods. And so, with rituals complete, the Vikings took to the sea. To them, gold was never just treasure. It was proof that the gods had smiled upon them. Wealth was not won by chance. It was won by ritual, by blood, and by steel. Their raids were savage, yes, but always sacred.